Hey everybody, Marcus Crawford here with the Idaho Quadcopter channel. Hey, I've got the Mavic Air 2 again today, and you know, it's a beautiful sunny day today. It's probably less than 40 degrees Fahrenheit out right now, but the sun's out and it feels really good. I had an extra battery for the Mavic Air 2 all charged up, so you just can't leave a battery full. So we're going to fly the Mavic Air 2 out into Heroes Park here, and we're going to do just a kind of a quick demonstration of the Quickshots. Now, I've done videos with the Quickshots before, but I don't think I've done it kind of definitively. So this will just give us a chance to mess around and try. They got some pretty cool stuff, so let's just take this little drone out there and try it out.
The home point has been updated.
Okay, I was telling everybody
check it on the map.
as part of your safety check, before you take off, to go into the safety menu on here and take a look at your return to home height, etc. I'm going to move mine up to where I normally set it at about 60 or 70 meters. I set mine really high just to be on the safe side. So there we are at 70 meters. I had it at 30 meters before because I was previously recording a video on return to home, and I didn't want it to have to climb that high every time we demonstrated return to home. So we're looking good. Max altitude, I've got it set well below. We're in a 150 meter zone here because this is we're about 10 miles from the Boise airport, but this is kind of on the flyway, so they want you below 150 meters. Well, obviously max legal is 120 meters. I have our max altitude set even lower than that so that I don't inadvertently go above it. I've got it set at 112 meters. That's, I don't know, roughly 375 feet, something like that. So we're good there. Let's take a look at our compass. Compass is normal, IMU is normal, and battery info. Always take a look at that. Looks like our battery is good here. I can see I haven't used this battery as much as others. It's only been through 7 charge cycles, so I need to remember that, and I think this is battery number 2. Use it more often, but our voltage looks good across the board, so no reason we can't take off. I'm going to take a look at our camera settings here. 4K 30 frames per second, we're good there, and let's go ahead and start recording. And what I'm going to show you is when you go into Quickshots, you have to stop recording. But if you want to record Quickshots in other than 1080p, you have to go into the app and change them, and we'll look at that in a second here. So let's go ahead and let's take off.
Take off. The home point has been updated. Please check it on the map.
I'm going to pick the drone up about, I don't know, a little over 3 meters high. Let it get a good look at its home point. Drop this gimbal down, and we're going to do our usual droney that I like to do. So let's bring the drone down and turn it around, and we can bring it in here just a little. Yeah, no, the obstacle avoidance doesn't want us to get too close. But let's do our manual droney here. So we're going to go reverse and up now. And that's as far as we need to go. I'm going to grab the camera here. Well, maybe we don't need to. Yeah, let's grab I'm going to grab the camera, and we're going to go out into the field to demonstrate these. So I'm holding the GoPro in one hand and the controller in the other. Let's bring the drone back to us. It's fun watching that drone pitch forward and pitch back as it puts on the brakes. Yeah, we're down about 6 meters high. I'm going to move to the side so that the drone isn't looking into the sun here. Okay, there I am. Let's. Like I told you, we got to stop recording to go into that menu. So we're going to stop recording now, and then I'm going to click on the little film strip looking thing, and click on that Quickshots icon that looks like a little reel of film. Quickshots, and that gives us all of our Quickshots. So heck, we might as well start at the top. Let's do a droney, and we don't need to do a very far one. So I'm just going to leave it on 25 meters. We just did a droney, so I'm going to click on the plus sign that's on me, so it picks me, and then I'm going to click start.
3,
and it'll
2,
count down
1,
and it'll complete that droney. And then when it's done, it started recording there, and you can see the white circle going around the X. That'll tell you when it's complete. And when it's done, it will return to where it started at, which I like. I know some people don't like that. I do. And the drone is returning here. And like I said, this will record in 1080p because we didn't tell it to do any differently. So let's go ahead and click on that little icon again. Well, let's see. I think first before we do that, let's go into the camera. Whoop. Yeah, so that's into the main menu here. Click on camera, and we are going to change the resolution to 4K, and the next one will be in 4K. And you see it says Quickshots there right above resolution, and that's how I know that it's going to change that Quickshot to 4K. It will always default to 1080p, so if you want it in higher resolution, any of your Quickshots, you have to manually go in there and change that. So let's go ahead and let's do a rocket now, and let's set that guy up there a ways. Let's do what the heck, let's just do the maximum 80 meters. I'm going to select myself again, and we're going to click start.
3, 2, 1.
And we'll see the drone rise in height here, and it will keep me as the point of interest, and it should come right over the top of us as it's rising. And it's holding us well. It's keeping us right in the center of frame. I noticed when we did that droney, it didn't keep me quite in the center of frame, which is unusual. So we're about halfway through. Like I said, we did a tall one, so it's up. We're about 60 meters high. We're about 3/4 of the way through. So we were up about 6 meters or so. So it should go up about 86 meters in total here, something like that. 85. Okay. So it's going to return to its where it started at here, which like I said, I really like that. I know other people don't. And it's coming back down. And as soon as it gets down here, I'm going to go back into that camera menu again. What I don't know is, does the drone, does it remember that you set it to 4K? So in other words, if I select another quick shot, will it then default back to 1080? So let's go back in there and look. And yeah, it's still on 4K, so that's great. Okay, so we're going to click on that rocket icon again. And the next one is circle. So circle, you can click the direction, and obviously if you're further out, it's going to, but I need to highlight myself there, and it's picked me at the point of interest. And you know, it's I don't know, it's probably 5 or 6 meters away from me here, so this is going to be a pretty close in circle. But let's go ahead and hit start.
3,
and it will count down.
2, 1.
And I think what it'll do, I think it just does one orbit, as I recall. We'll kind of follow this guy around, and it's holding me in the center. And one of the things I like about the quick shot is that it accelerates as it goes through that orbit, which I think is pretty cool. Again, let's click on that circle icon, and the next one is a Helix. And anybody that knows me knows that that's one of my favorites, and we're going to do a big one here. Whoops. Click on that again. Sorry about that. We're going to go all the way up to 120 meters. Select that. Select myself, and we're going to click start.
3, 2, 1.
It's always one of my favorites. and it counts down and it begins, and you can see the drone immediately start to raise as it does its circle. It essentially does a corkscrew. It moves away from the subject, ascends, and circles at the same time. So it creates a pretty cool effect. And I've talked to people about this a lot. Do you think you could manually do that? I know there's people that are talented enough on the sticks that I'm quite sure they could. I can tell you this, I am not that talented. We're right in the sun there. The drone is moving, and again, it accelerates as it moves out. It's out there a ways here now, about 100 meters away. Well, that's from the home point. So anyway, it's almost to the end. Yep. And here it comes back to us. I just love that one. So I guess the point that I was making is you probably could do that manually with the sticks. I can tell you, I'm not talented enough to do it. And that's why these Quickshots are really cool. All right, the drone is back. So again, we're gonna click on that Helix and we're gonna go to the next one, which is Boomerang. I like Boomerang too. It's kind of an ellipsoid. So we're gonna click on that, and I'm gonna click on the plus sign on me, set myself as the point of interest, click start,
3,
and you'll see the
2,
drone
1.
kind of make a little bit of a football shape, I suppose, and it will raise in altitude as it does it, and then it'll come back down to where it started. So you can see it raising in altitude, and it's not a perfect circle, it's kind of an elliptical. And now it's dropping back down again, and it will end up, there we are, right into the sun again, and it'll end up right at its starting point. And for some reason my GoPro quit. Yeah, for some reason the GoPro quit there for a second. Don't know what that was about, but anyway, we've got it going here again. So we got another quick shot to do, and this is a fun one. So again, I'm going to click on that the little icon there, and the boomerang icon, and we're going to click asteroid. And asteroid, this is everybody's favorite. It will go up and it'll do that tiny planet. Take a bunch of pictures, stitch them together for us into a tiny planet. So I'm going to click start, and we'll see the drone go up above us, and it will take a bunch of pictures. It's moving away and up. How high will it go here? Now it starts taking its pictures. And you can see the gimbal moving around, and the drone is just while it's yawing around, it's a combination. It's hovering in the same spot, but it's yawing and moving the gimbal. And I'm not sure how many pictures it takes, but it takes enough to put together that 360-degree tiny planet. We're about 3/4 of the way through. Yeah, and it says it's complete, so now it'll return to us again. And we still have 50% battery here, so we can actually probably demonstrate some other stuff here beyond the quick shots. So as soon as it says it's back, and it is, I'm going to click on quick shots again. And we're going to get out of that. We're going to go back to video. And I'm going to start videoing again. And I'm going to back the drone off just a little bit and go a little higher so that I know we're high enough. Although this drone does have obstacle avoidance. We're going to go into the focus track menu here. And I spotted myself. So wow, it's telling me that the SD card is full. So it's going to move to internal storage now. So we're going to confirm that. Well, so we probably don't have the time to do much here. So I need to put a bigger SD card in that drone. So we're going to, thank goodness for that internal storage. So we're going to click on point of interest. And the drone is going to start, well, maybe, POI, go. There we go. And the drone's going to orbit and keep the point of interest going here. And while it's doing that, I'm going to walk back to, well, I probably started too soon, didn't I? Because it said measuring subject. Okay, that was my bad. We're going to try that one more time. I'm going to start recording. I'm going to draw a picture around myself again. And I'm going to click on POI. Whoops. Selected area is too small. Looks like it's got me now. We're going to click on POI. I'm going to move the speed up a little bit. No, didn't like that. One more try. I think we can get this. POI. Go. And it's got me. And yeah, it took it a second to measure the distance, and it's got it now, and it started its orbit around me. So as I walk back to, well, no, it didn't pick me for the POI, so it's just picking that spot on the ground. I thought I was able to highlight myself. I didn't do it. So yeah, but if it were a vehicle or something, I think if I had it closer to me, it would work. Let's go ahead and stop, and let's bring the drone back down here and in. We're gonna get, well, we need to get out of that. So yeah, I'm sorry, I was still in stoplight mode or spotlight mode there, and that was kind of throwing it off there. So I'm gonna bring it in closer, and we're gonna try that again. See if it'll put a plus sign on me. And it did. So we're gonna try that one more time. And we're gonna click go. And I am going to, yeah, and it's following me now. So I'm gonna walk out into the field. Because I am circling, the drone does not have sideways obstacle avoidance. So what I don't want to do is run it sideways into a tree or something, and I'm kind of low enough in altitude. We're only about 6 meters high. So I think we've kind of proved our point there, that it's working. So I'm going to click stop, and we're going to get out of the spotlight menu, and I'm going to hit, I'm going to fly it out a little ways. That's probably good enough, and we're going to hit return to home, and let's see if we can get a precision landing. So what I found is sometimes after you go into the intelligent flight modes, it can throw precision landing off. So we'll see if it gets it. It's coming back. Yeah, you guys can see the landing pad. Let's see if this guy will hit it. We're up there 70 meters. It's a ways up. Looks pretty darn close, doesn't it? It's almost got the X on the landing pad as it is. It reorients itself. Yeah, let's see as it comes down here if it will find that H. No, we're not gonna hit the H, but good enough. And we got a little leaf there when we hit the ground. So hopefully the GoPro camera caught that landing. But okay, let me get everything shut down, and we'll do a quick conclusion. Hey, okay, the DJI Mavic Air 2, just an amazing little piece of technology. What we did that time is we went through all of the Quickshots. We showed you how to go into the camera menu and change the resolution. Remember, the Quickshots will always default to 1080p, but you can go in and change that resolution to 4K. Interestingly enough, I did run out of space on my SD card. Now, that's the second full battery of video that I've taken today, but usually a 64 megabyte card will hold enough. So I don't know, I may have left some files on there from the last time I flew it, but what we did show is it's really cool that this guy has internal memory on it. And so it warned us. It said, hey, you can switch to internal memory. So we did, and we were able to finish the flight. I went into Focus Track and wanted to show you how to do the orbit in Focus Track. I had some problems at first because I was too far away. I didn't allow the drone to measure the distance, etc. But once we got it going. And one of my concerns was, and I want to make sure you guys understand that too, there's no sideways obstacle avoidance on this guy. It has it in the front, has it in the back, has it in the bottom, but nothing on the top or sideways. So you always have to be cognizant of the fact that as it's doing an orbit around you, it can fly sideways right into a tree or a building or something. So just make sure you keep that in mind. I know they got a pretty wide range on this front obstacle avoidance, so hopefully that catches most things, but I know it could miss it. So I was low enough in altitude that I did that out there in the field. I think if you had it higher up, I probably would have been okay walking back here next to this picnic shelter and these trees, but something to keep in mind. You just always have to be aware of the obstacle avoidance capabilities on your drone. It's just been a fun day to fly today. It's just a nice, beautiful, sunny day. Even though it's cold, it's maybe 40 degrees now or so, something like that, Fahrenheit, but it doesn't feel cold when you got the sun shining down on you and you just feel like flying. So anyway, I guess that's about it. This is Marcus Crawford with the Idaho Quadcopter channel out. And if you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing to my channel. And I do appreciate you taking the time to look at this video. And of course, we'll see you on the next one. The DJI Mavic Air 2, I just really recommend this drone. It's the best $799 you can spend in the drone world right now. Okay, we'll see you guys later. Bye now.